How far are you willing to go to secure that dream job that you always wanted? Are you willing to kill someone for it? Or even multiple people just so you could weed out the competition? That's essentially what the new movie No Other Choice is about, and it is directed by the legendary filmmaker Park Chan Wook. If you do not recognize his name, you seriously need to get checked out because he's the one that directed Oldboy, Thirst, amongst a lot of other really badass movies. So naturally, I was really excited about this new movie as soon as I heard that he's the one that directed it. Technically, this movie came out in Korea back in September. I actually went to Korea the following month in October, and I was a little upset because there are no movie theaters in Korea with English subtitles for this movie, even though I'm Korean and I can't speak Korean, which I'm ashamed to admit. Nonetheless, I had to wait in agonizing pain for this movie to be released in the United States, which it did just this past weekend. So the movie stars the legendary actor Lee Byung-hun. If you haven't heard his name, you seriously need to get checked up again. He's been in the movie industry for a very long time. A lot of his movies and dramas are like works of art. But if you want a big hint, he's the actor that played the main villain in the show Squid Game on Netflix. There you go. Anyway, in this new movie, he plays the main character Mangsu, who's like a manager at this big paper making company. And his character is just living the American dream right now. He has a great paying job, a beautiful wife, lovely children, 2 really cute dogs, and he just bought the house that he grew up in when he was a child. Then all of a sudden, he wakes up one day and he finds out that he lost his position, the place where he's worked out for the past 25 years of his life. And now everything in his life just comes crashing down. He has to take jobs that are like way beneath him. His wife makes sure that the family like really has a tight budget. They have to sell a lot of their belongings and they have to cancel Netflix. I mean, imagine canceling Netflix. That's how poor they became. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel for Mangsu. There's another paper company and they just happen to have a manager position open up. The only problem is there's a bunch of other people that are applying for the same position. So desperate times comes for desperate measures. Mangsu is so desperate to have that job and he wants to make money again. He one day randomly decides, you know what? I'm gonna kill those other applicants just so I could get hired at that position. And that's pretty much the story for you. He is very meticulous on who he plans to kill. And if someone has like a really good looking resume, he's gonna try to kill them. It's all about the competition. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. Or in this case, he has to kill the best. Now, I am going to be completely honest with you. I thought this movie was just okay. Now, compared to a lot of his other movies, I thought this one was really tame. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch his other movies. They're like a lot darker and a lot grittier. This one is a lot more lighthearted. Like it's more of like a black comedy type of movie. To me, this is like brand new territory for the director. Like he hasn't really made a movie like this before. Now, I haven't read the book because I heard this movie was based on the book. So I don't know how much they went by the source material. All in all, I thought this movie was just kind of boring. Because, you know, as soon as the credits started rolling, I was like, man, I just didn't feel satisfied. Now, don't get me wrong. The amount of talent in this movie was just unquestionable. The main actor, the main actress, Son Ye-jin, she's also a very good actress. She's been in a lot of movies and dramas, so also check her out. And there's a lot of cameos in this movie because a lot of the actors and actresses you see in this movie, they've been in a lot of other good films and dramas. So talent-wise, this movie was spot on. Everybody played their roles perfectly, like down to a T. It was the story that I wasn't really like into. But I'm not going to tell you not to see it, especially if you're a big fan of Park Chan Wook. He is a phenomenal storyteller and a director. So I still say you should check it out, especially if you're a fan of his work. But just expect it to be different than what he usually makes. I still think Oldboy is his best movie to this day. Like, I really do. A lot of his other movies are pretty underrated. So again, it wasn't a terrible movie. It was just different. And it was kind of boring. Thank you guys again for watching this movie review. Until the next movie, peace.